All right, factoring trinomials. The big thing about today, you guys have already been factoring trinomials, but today that leading coefficient, meaning the number in front, isn't 1. And that makes everything a little more challenging, okay? So you actually have all of the tools, you just need to know when to use them. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. And just like I called double distributing FOIL, sometimes when I ask you to factor trinomials, I'll tell you to use the rainbow method. And I want that to just kind of remind you of what we do, okay? So whenever there's a number in front of x squared, you've got to stop and realize you guys started to get really good at the shortcut over the past couple of days, didn't you? You found two numbers, put them in the parentheses. There's no shortcut here. You've got to remember there's no shortcut. So this is what you do. Find two numbers that multiply to be, here's my rainbow, right there, from the first number to the last number. What is 2 times negative 5?
Negative 10.
All right, I'm looking for two numbers that when I multiply them, they are negative 10. And where did I get that negative 10 from? First times the last. And adds to be the middle, which is 3. What are your two numbers?
5 and 2.
Yeah, 5 and 2, 2 and 5. What are your signs? Negative 2. Now that I've found those two numbers, you guys are really good at factoring by grouping already because we've been practicing that. Okay, I'm out of room, so I'm going to have to write it down here. You use it to factor by grouping. There are my two numbers. That's probably a little bit hard to see. You want me to change colors or is it okay?
Change colors.
Change colors. All right, so those two numbers I got right from my rainbow method. Now that I have 4 pieces, what am I going to do? Split it down the middle. Greatest common factor on the left, x. I would be left with 2x plus 5. What's my greatest common factor on the right?
Would be 1.
It's 1. It is 1, but because that guy's negative, what kind of 1 am I going to factor out? Negative 1. Whoops, lost my 2 there. 2x plus 5. Do I have matching parentheses now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that factors to 2x plus 5 and x minus 1. That was part of that problem up there. So what was the only new step today?
The very beginning.
The rainbow, right? Finding my two numbers. And also remembering that you can't do the shortcut. Can't do the shortcut. So let's look at this problem. I need to find two numbers that multiply to be what?
28.
7 times 4 is 28. And that add to be what?
29.
29. Any thoughts on what those two numbers are?
28 and 1.
28 and 1. All right, we'll use those two numbers to rewrite the problem. 7x squared plus 28x plus 1x plus 4. You told me to change colors and I went back to blue. Is it okay when it's that big?
No.
Change colors. All right, changing colors. I've got 4 pieces. What happens if you combine those? You're back to where you started and you're stuck. So I've got 4 pieces. What am I going to do? Split it down the middle. Greatest common factor on the left is what?
7x.
Ooh, not 14.
7x.
7x. What's left behind? X plus 28 divided by 7 is what?
4.
Greatest common factor on the right.
1.
Got matching parentheses. X plus 4. Whoops, I forgot to write my 1 there. It turned into a parenthesis. 7x plus 1. I keep saying it, but I have actually been so impressed with how well you guys are factoring. This is a big deal, and you guys are doing very, very well. All right, this is the last one we'll do together. Find two numbers that multiply to be what?
48.
Negative 48, good. And add to be 13. I don't know what they are. 1 and 48, 2 and 24, is it 7 and 6? 7 and 6, let's see.
Yes. Yeah.
What would my signs have to be? Okay. Nope, 7 and 6 multiply to be 42. That's not going to work. All right, does 3 go into it? What number? 16. Is that it? Yeah, 3 and 16. What do your signs have to be? Negative 3. All right, we're going to use those two. 2x squared minus 3x plus 16x minus 24. Split it down the middle. Greatest common factor on the left-hand side.
2.
No. 1 what?
Oh, yeah.
1x. Good. Greatest common factor on the right. What goes into 16 and 24?
8.
Good. Two x minus 3. We know we did it right because those match. 2x minus 3, x plus 8. We'll save the solving for tomorrow. We'll just practice factoring today. Now I do want to show you something really quick. Don't pick up yet. Don't do it. You may, whoa, where'd it go? Have something like this, and it says to factor it. If there is a negative out front, you don't want it there. You need to factor it out like this. And what happens to all the signs when I put a negative out front?
They go to the opposite.
They all change to the opposite. Okay? You see a negative out front, you do need to factor it out. All right?
So you can't rainbow it.
No, you don't want to rainbow it when it's like that. It just complicates everything. Factor that negative out and your life will be easier. Okay? Homework and Alex.